What's happening, everybody? It is Thursday night. It is time for another edition of Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
Philly Nay. Hi.
Woo, Philly Nay. What's happening?
Not much.
All right. And before we put him to sleep for a little bit, here is our guest this evening. This is Blue and his wife, Ash, and they're going to be our guests talking about how to go from never doing this to making an empire and doing it with 2 kids and 2 dogs. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
All right, cool. So there's Blue and Ashley. We'll see you guys in about half an hour. So enjoy, relax, and we'll see you soon. All right, Nay, what are you drinking tonight?
I have water with a splash of mango juice in it.
Water with a splash of mango juice. That sounds kind of exotic.
It's just basically flavored water, yeah.
All right, and then we'll get into mine. Come on. I've yet to figure out the speaker, apparently.
There you go.
There we go. Time for Jay's Tiki Talk. Now, lately, I've been trying to get my rum and or my mug, too, to kind of line up with our guest. You know, sometimes it's a rum made where the guest lives, but tonight, because our guest's name is Blue, I actually have a blue rum. As you can see that, it's very blue. And typically, plastic does not equal good rum. But this rum is special. If you ever go to St. Martin, this is made by Madudu. Here's the brand. And what they do is they take rum and then they soak different fruits in it. So this is coconut. That's actual coconut in there. And then all the bottles are hand-painted. So, and it is the most potent coconut rum you will ever taste in your life. This ain't no Malibu, kids. No way. And then it's going to be a little harder to tell, but this is a blue-tinged tiki mug. It is the Mai Tai glass from Trader Sam's in Disney World. It's really hard to read, but that says Trader Sam's. And I'll be there in a week and a half, so I figured I'd have a blue tiki mug from the place I'll be at in a week and a half. So let me have a little sip. Oh, man, that is some potently awesome coconut tiki rum. Let me tell you right there. That is the bomb diggity. And maybe a little mango would taste good in it, because I think they do a mango one too, Nay.
I like mango, obviously, yes.
Yes, all right, so we've done my Tiki Talk. Now it is time for Nay's breast cancer update and fact of the week.
Okay, so I'm having my surgery on March 29th. It was rescheduled and rescheduled again. It's back to the 29th, so I have this hole that I spoke about, that the artery is right there, and it's not so good right now, so I really need to get it fixed. So I'm supposed to be kind of taking it easy and whatnot, but I still have to live my life. So, and you know, I've been feeling so. I'm doing okay. I actually took a 4-hour nap today accidentally.
That's my girl.
I guess my body needed the sleep. I just said, oh, I just have to lay down for a little bit. And I had all this listing to do and phone calls to make. I had so much to do this afternoon, and I just slept for 4 hours. I didn't hear the phone ringing. I didn't hear anything. I guess I just needed it. So sometimes I guess that's good. And my tip of the week is, I spoke last night about a Bollywood dance class that I'm taking that's actually a research study, believe it or not, and they're measuring posture and well-being and overall physical fitness, how it affects women with breast cancer and who have had breast cancer treatment and surgery and whatnot. So my tip is that exercise actually can reduce breast cancer risk for women of all body types, and this was studied by Director of Cancer Etiology at the City of Hope, which is the Breast Cancer Foundation, and exercises reduces breast cancer. It does reduce breast cancer risk even for lean women, for all women. So there's been studies on that, and also the research study that I'm participating in right now. There are studies out that say that exercise is beneficial to breast cancer survivors and women that are fighting breast cancer. And I am finding that when I go to my classes on Monday, I'm usually sore, I don't feel like going, I'm tired, and it does actually give me a little more energy and kind of, psychologically it makes me feel better, physically, so I really think there is something to that.
Yeah, I want to see video. I got to see this.
It's fun. I love it, actually. Yeah.
All right, now it is time. Try again. I might have to switch speakers. This one seems to have a volume for every different thing.
We're getting lots of comments about Milo being in DC.
I know. I'm not even ready to do the segment yet. All right, it is time for Scores of the Week, brought to you by Worth Points. All right, let me get the scores up here because I've had a couple scores that are same, but they're good to show because you might not know to buy this. So nope. Oh, those are those are our guest scores. I brought the wrong set of scores.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right.
Well, we'll just have Milo have the spotlight for right now.
Yeah, where the heck's our scores? All right, well.
Oh, we need our scores.
Yeah, what the heck?
Did you get my link?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I had, all right, well, you're going to riff for a second because
he's licking his feet now, so that's interesting. So.
Oh, there they are. My bad. Okay. They're right here the whole time. I'm such a goober.
That's good because I didn't have anything to say right now.
No, I am such a goober. Jesus, they were right in front of me the whole time. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Thank you.
Here we go. Okay, so look, I've been saying that T-shirts have been a little off recently, but just as I keep saying that, I sell two $30 used T-shirts in a row. So this one was by Quicksilver. It's a surf brand. And Eddie Aiku, if you don't know the legend of Eddie Aiku, you should go check it out. It's pretty awesome. And they have the Big Wave Invitational in Waimea in Hawaii, but it only happens so often because the Big Wave only comes once every, 4 or 5 years. So I had this listed for quite a while. It finally sold for $30. So that was that. And then right after that, I sold this bitchin' Clubber Lang T-shirt. Now Nadine does not know who Clubber Lang is, even though she lives in the city that the movie was filmed in. But Clubber Lang.
Rocky. Yeah, I've never seen any of the Rocky movies.
I know. She lives in Philly. She's never seen a Rocky movie.
I've been up and down those art museums there many times.
But here's a Clubber Lang T-shirt I sold for $30 used. So that is two $30 T-shirts in a row gives me hope that T-shirts are still selling if you find the right ones. Now on the other end of that. Used ink. Expired. Used wouldn't be much of a thing. Expired ink. I've had this ink sitting around in boxes forever, and the longer it sits, the more expired it gets. I'm like, oh shit, I got to get this up. So here is some HP 80s, a lot of 5. They expired in 2010. I sold this lot for $105. And this lot of 4 HP 56, 57s, they expired in 2009 and 2011, and I sold those for $100. So expired doesn't mean they're dead. You might not get as many pages, but let me tell you, $100 for those 4 is a sweet, sweet deal. Those are probably, I think, $60 or $70 a piece. So $100 is a good deal, but I only paid $10. So I made a lot of money. The customer will be happy as long as they work. But the tip to selling expired ink, if the customer ever says, hey, man, it's not working, there ain't much you can say other than, yeah, okay, here's your money back. So keep that in mind, but I've always done well. I've never had a problem.
Yep.
All right, there you go. Some cute little shoes.
Oh, these Crocs are women's size 11, and this proves that summer is starting to sell. People are thinking about spring and summer. They sold for $34.95 with free shipping, and I didn't plan on them fitting in a padded flat rate, but they did, and that's going to remember that because that's going to play into my shipping tip later.
Okay, and now, was this the one?
And by the way, yeah, that one, actually, I accepted a best offer for 21, so it wasn't a huge score, but ties are always so easy to list and ship, and, they always go at first class, and they're late, so any tie that sells above $20, I always consider an easy sale. And I didn't pay very much for that. It was actually new with tags. I think I got it at Philly AIDS Thrift, but I know it was on sale. I don't remember what I paid for it. I think it was less than $5, and so That was a good sale.
And two things. I got, I've sold Tommy Bahamas before, too. This one's rather boring. So,
Yeah, it's not.
It was nice to get 20. And, hey, Nate, nice picture, by the way. Nice job.
Thank you.
Is this a... Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that was... Oh, I thought these were really ugly. Because the elephant... I love elephants, but this elephant kind of looked like a cross between a hog and an elephant. It was an interesting looking elephant. It had kind of stubby legs, and it wasn't a very pretty elephant. But I sold this set for $29.99, and it was very heavy. It actually weighed 3 pounds. It was all solid wood.
Wow, that weighs 3 pounds? My gosh.
It weighed it went at the 3 pound. It would have gone a 3 pound weight, and it was very thick. And again, padded flat rate envelope. I FOMO'd it, and so for $29.99, the shipping wasn't bad, and I think it went across the country too. So I was lucky it fitted in the padded flat rate.
Nice sale, nice sale. All right, we've had our scores, and now it's time. For our duds of the week, let our mistakes not be yours. So I'm going to do Nays first because mine are both in-hand visuals.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this one's a dud because it's one of those items that, you know how when you have a new baby and you get all these items that you never use for the baby? Those of you.
No, well, I don't know what that's like.
Well, it's the same thing when you get a new puppy. You tend to get items that you will never use for the puppy. So this is one of those items. We got Paddington will be a year old. We got him before I was diagnosed last year, and he'll be a year old on Monday. So this is one of those items that was kind of just a useless item that we got, and so I sold it, and I think we paid about the same price for it originally. So basically just got the money back for it, but I guess that's a good thing. But
yeah, I mean that's always a good thing.
Yeah, in that sense it was a dud though. So.
And this is a dud?
Yeah, because they've been sitting around for so long.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason they've been listed. Wallpaper borders usually do pretty well. It's probably my picture's not that great there, and I probably should have. That's probably one of those pictures that should have gone back, retaken, and it probably would have sold sooner. So, in that sense, it's just been those were listed so long that I couldn't find the second roll. I found it, but it was at the bottom of one of my bins that didn't get affected by that flood that I had. So it's been listed for a long time. But $19.99, free shipping, and now that first class goes up to 16 ounces, they fit at the first class rate. So not too bad, but still. Yeah,
not too bad here, because I'm about to show you my duds. They're still. Oh, go ahead.
When I get those wallpaper borders, I usually pay maybe $1 each. Sometimes I get them in big bags of wallpaper borders. I think these were actually in the by the pound outlet store, so I probably paid less than $1 for them. So
it's not bad because I'm about to show you mine are here. Mine are here in my hand, and I don't understand why they haven't sold. Now I bought 2 of these on season 2 of Thrift Hunters. They're vintage Mickeys, and they talk and move. And I can't sell them. I cannot sell them. And
wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, and I think they were late 60s, early 70s, and they move and talk, and no one cares.
Wow.
Not one person cares. Along the same lines, I thought these were super cute. It'd be a little tricky to see them, but they're Flintstones juice glasses. So these are probably like late 60s, early 70s. And they were also bought on season 2, and no one cares. As I break them.
You're gonna be. It's like me rubbing off.
Yeah. So I mean, I've had both these items listed for a year and a half now. I'm blown away that what I thought was good was bad. But that's why we say let our mistakes not be yours.
So what about the Mickey? I'm assuming you have video in your listing.
Oh yeah, and I had 2, and I sold one in my antique booth today. So he went bye finally. But not for what I was hoping for. But oh well, shit happens. On to the next one. Here we go. Time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty kind. I'll let you jump it off, Nay.
Okay. My local Goodwill, there's it's not the employee I always talk about, my friend employee, but a different employee who really did something nice for a customer. There was a man there that I don't want to say that he was necessarily homeless because I don't know his situation, but he looked like he might have been. He was, kind of middle-aged, and he was just kind of rough looking with his clothes and whatnot. You could tell that, he probably had looked like he was, had some hard times. Anyway, so he asked the employee if they had any jeans, and he gave his specific measurements. And usually I would think that a Goodwill employee would just say, I don't know what we have. You're gonna have to look through the racks, because obviously it's not a department store where, sizes are readily available and specific. Well, she didn't do that. She said, "Oh, sir, okay, well, let's see what we can find you." And she stood there and looked through all the jeans, and actually stood there and took her time to find him jeans in his size. It was really nice. So I just thought that was really honorable of a Goodwill employee to do, to really take the time and just say, "Okay, we'll see what we have in your size." And she helped him shop. It was really nice.
That was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my thrifting.
He was happy about it. He was really great. Yeah. So.
My thrifting encounter is not a weird one. It is weird in a way, but not a weird encounter. So I had a booth at an antique mall, and I sold the whole booth today. I was getting out of the antique mall business just because I don't have enough time. So I sold the whole booth for $500, and the girl who bought it, she came down and she brought $500 cash, and then she loaded up and took it away. But she was telling me, when she saw me offer up the booth yesterday on Facebook for $500, she didn't have $500 cash in her pocket right at that moment, but she had a way to figure out how to get it. And she said it so matter-of-factly that this sentence only happened in Vegas, okay? So she had just bought a whole lot of vintage men's clothing, tons of 40s, a little bit of 50s, a lot of 60s and 70s. So she needed $500 cash real quick to buy all my stuff. And so she said, so I called all the Elvises I knew, and I said, I got some new clothes for you. Come on down. And they came on down and bought some clothes. And I looked at her and said, only in Vegas. And she kind of laughed. She goes, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm like, yeah, I've never said that sentence when I lived in Cleveland. Hey, let me call all the Elvises I know to come down and buy some stuff from me. So she bought my booth today because Elvises came to her yesterday to buy clothes. Cool. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is living in Vegas. Because when you got more than one Elvis in your Rolodex, you must live in Vegas.
Well, I'm glad that you sold your booth. I know it was a great deal for the person that bought it, but
oh yeah,
it's stress off of your shoulders too. So it was a good deal for both of you, I think. Yeah.
Alrighty, now it is time for the thrifty tips of the week. And mine's going to seem like so duh, of course. And this is going to be aimed at those of you who are watching who are a little timid and shy in public, like Nadine used to be. And today at Savers, if you have your Savers shopper card, everything is 25% off. So after I sold my booth, I went over to the local Savers. I bought just a few things. I had switched out my wallets and left all my cards sitting on the bar. And they kind of know me there, but I'm always nice to people. And my tip is, if you're nice, and not just nice when you have to be, but if you go out of your way to say hi to the person sweeping up, the person who's stocking the shelves, the person who's ringing you out, the manager, if you're always nice to them every time you go in, when you get to the front and go, ah, crap, I forgot my card, I changed wallets, can you do me a solid, just scan another card? They will say, yep, more than likely. But just be nice, but go out of your way to be nice. Don't wait till someone's doing something to you. As you walk by any employee, say, hey, how you doing today? Because most don't. And, man, I see people just brighten up. So I always make sure to say, hey, how you doing? And those who know me, we end up talking a little bit more than just, hey, how you doing?
Oh, yeah.
Ding.
Always. Yes.
Wow, that was loud.
That's my husband asking me if I fed the dog.
All right, you're up.
So, okay. So my thrifty tip is I have a photo that goes with that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. All right. That is right there. Yep. All right. Start talking.
So my thrifty tip is my photo up? I don't see
it. Will be in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So I think it's up on the screen. Yes. Okay. So that is not my photo. I did not take that photo. Full disclosure there. I just grabbed that one And my tip is that if you're selling any kind of hot roller sets, and I got this tip actually directly from my friend Bridget, who's a lifeguard Bridget Williams, who's a lifeguard in the thrifting board, and she also was on one of our haul shows. She is the queen of selling hot rollers. So anything hot rollers, I've learned from her. And I have sold a couple of the more vintage sets. Not all of them will sell well. You really have to, look them up, do the research on your smartphone or your iPad or whatever you have with you, and just make sure that they're a set that's going to sell. However, my point here is that if you see those things in the front, they are the clips, and it's not really a big deal if you sell them without the clips. I sold a vintage set for, I think, $69.99. They were a Lady Chic brand, and they sold very well. They did not have the clips, but you have to disclose it because there's pageant moms out there, and
pageant moms.
They will get very angry if you don't disclose that the clips are not included. So you have to be very specific if clips are or are not included. They can substitute, there's other clips that that they can use usually. So it's not a deal breaker, but you always have to look for the clips and make sure that if they're not included, you say they're not included, and count them, and count all the rollers too. So
good tip. Whoop. Whoop. All right, now it is time for You Have Got to Be Shipping Me, where Nay and I give you shipping tips. I'm usually giving you a what not to do, and Nay's usually giving you a what to do. And today I'm definitely giving you a what not to do, and it's something I almost did. So let my almost error not be yours. So I am a big proponent of recycling every box that comes into this house to ship it out again, as long as it's in good shape and still a solid box. Every box should have a few shipments in it, but what you got to make sure is if there are stickers on the box, two very specific ones. If there's an address sticker on there, you got to get it off. You can't have multiple address stickers on there. But this was on the box, and I almost missed it. I thought I looked at every side. As I was sending it out to ship, I noticed I had missed one side where it says, caution, lithium-ion battery, which the item I was shipping did not have that. So you never want to leave a caution, this might be dangerous sticker on your box when your box is not dangerous. So make sure to get off all the stickers off your box. And one good tool from our friends at Bubble Fast to help peel off your stickers is what's called the Scotty Peeler. This saves your nails. Use one of these. It's easy to get underneath the sticker. All right, Nadine.
So I'm trying to answer a question in the chat about how I ship my rollers right now. So my shipping tip is actually, it ties into my Crocs that you saw that I sold. They were size 11 women's, and that's like a men's shoe, and usually men's shoes, I very rarely sell them, but larger women's shoes and men's shoes, I won't put in a padded flat rate. Heels, I never put in a padded flat rate envelope, but smaller women's shoes like flats, they can be bubbled and just stick right in there. But these, because they were women's size 11, I assumed that they would have to be boxed, that they weren't going to fit in the padded flat rate. And also that elephant coaster, that heavy elephant coaster set that I sold, it was very thick, and I wasn't sure if that was going to go FOMO'd either. And I had priced it out to, to go into a box. It was all free shipping, but the shipping that I put in there was just regular priority. So both of those actually did go padded flat rate. So never underestimate the power of the padded flat rate envelope. And those shoes they just fit. So always, I kind of have poor spatial perception too. So I really didn't think they were going to fit. So try it out, and they just went to the top of the envelope. I was able to close it over the edges of the shoes. I put a little tissue there to kind of pad them from being slit, from when the person slits the envelope. And I saved myself probably about $11 in shipping total on those two sales. So yeah.
$11. That's a good.
Mm-hmm. Because they were both going long distance. I think they were both going to California, Arizona. One was so for me that's a higher rate, especially when you have a 3 pound and the shoes go at 2 pounds. So yeah.
Good tip. All right, now it's time. For our viewers, 2-minute topic of the week. This week it is sent in by Andrea Smith-Hayden. Thank you, Andrea. How do you go about setting a price for something you can't find in your research and there are no similars? I recently found an architecture book and there are none on Amazon, none listed in the last year on eBay, and a Google search returned no results. The authors only put out this one book, so nothing else for comparison. So they put out one book and they skedaddled.
Wow.
All right, so basically, what do you do? How do you figure out a price when you can't even find a comparable? Let me get the timer, and you're off.
I set my own price. That's the basic. That I will research to the point where I'll do a little extra research if I don't find it on eBay. Now I should have WorthPoint. I need WorthPoint because that's another place that you can check. And also you can just Google and see if you can find anything out. If you do all that and you still can't find the item, you've got a rare item and you can set your own price. So price it high. Just find similar items, things that are kind of in the same niche, or if it's a book, kind of the same, topic, or just find something that's sort of similar and then search the highest price of that and set your price higher. Just you can control the market price in that item then, and if somebody wants it, they're going to pay your high price. So put it up for what you think it should sell, add on to it, and then put best offer on it. So I think that's basically it. Set your own price and don't be afraid to go high.
Nice. All right, let me pop my head in here. Reset. Here we go. Now, one thing you got to remember, that just because you can't find something, it means it's rare, but maybe not sought after. Okay, so if you can't find something, a lot of times it will mean it's going to bring you some good money, but not everything. So don't fall into the trap of, I can't find this book, it must be worth $1,000, because I've seen people do that. So Abe Books, I think Christine said, I knew there was a specific book place. You can look up things, and as Nadine said, WorthPoint. But yeah, I might as well lead in the marketplace. I've done that with CDs quite often, and when they haven't sold that price, I realize that although rare, no one cares at 100, but they might care at 30. So don't be married to the price you pick. But if you're doing it on eBay, yes, definitely go high-ish. Don't go nuts. No $1 million books here. But always have best offer. And if you start to get a couple, it'll shake out. You'll see what your rate is, and you'll see what people are going to offer. And if it's that rare, that there will be a little bit of a bidding more. I hit the button. It won't go.
Oh, you went over.
No, my thing kicked off. Damn it! All right, I was there.
That just all went right over. I have no idea what just happened, but okay.
I was on it.
When you said my thing kicked off, I don't know what you're talking about.
The speaker turned itself off. It was weird.
Oh, okay.
Let's try that. All right. And the speaker is good, except for it's driving me nuts during the show.
Yes, they are Welch's, aren't they? Are they the Welch's glasses? I was gonna, that was in my brain when you held them up.
No, they're not.
They're not Welch's. Okay.
No, they're actual juice glasses.
Okay, so they're not Welch's, because somebody said Welch's Jelly Jar in the title.
Yeah, they're definitely not that.
Okay.
Huh. You son of a bitch.
Oh.
Let's try this again. This is not the speaker has been great all these weeks. I don't know what is going on right now for it, because I want to do our last segment before we get our guest on here.
Oh, there's our new, yeah.
Yeah, but the segment sounds so much better with the. Oh, does that mean it worked?
No. With the buzzer again.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, we need our horse sound there.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll do it right off the iPad then. Here we go.
Here we go. That worked.
That worked. The good, the rad, and mainly the ugly. Mm-hmm. So Nadine and I like to share the ugly things we found. And, a lot of times ugly sells. Mm-hmm. And so let's show what Nadine has here, because I see it, Nay. It's pretty ugly.
Pretty ugly.
It's pretty ugly.
It's even uglier if you look at it in person. I think it's, yeah.
All right, let me get it up here, because this is ugly.
The fabric feels ugly, too. It's
boy, you got something ugly when the fabric feels ugly.
It does. So this is a vintage 80s dress that it's got a crazy pattern. I don't know if you can zoom in on like maybe the third picture, if you can pull that up. You can see the pattern a little closer. Yeah, so it's got this crazy funky like just I don't even know what's on. It's geometric and it's got, like that kind of icky mustard yellow with the pink and the 80s blue, and it's just a crazy print, and it's a wrap dress. It kind of comes to your, if you look at the second picture, you can see the full length, and it kind of, so it's kind of that awkward length too, where it's kind of on your mid calf. So it's just, but it's funky and it's cool at the same time. I look at it and I'm like, yeah, that's so ugly. It's awesome. So I had it. That was one thing that I had to buy it. It's one of those items that's so ugly that it becomes kind of cool.
All right. So mine is something I actually bought for the tiki bar for my house, and although, so this is a piranha on a little piece of wood. Now, piranhas are from the Amazon. They have nothing to do with Polynesia and tiki, but, nautical stuff ends up in tiki bars, so I thought, cool. And I paid $2.99 for this little puppy. And the reason I wanted to share him, because if I decided to sell him, the soles are pretty good. You would not think this stupid little fish would be worth much, but here is, where is it? I saw the exact one I have right here. There it is on the two little wood things, $30. So they seem to, $30 seems to be the going norm for a stuffed piranha. If you get a really badass one, look at that one, 14 inches long, $83. So if you have, and here's mine again, $30. If you have seen a stuffed piranha in your thrift store and went, ew, yuck, pick it up. It's worth some money. Please. Pick it up. Oh, hey, our speaker's back to working. Yay. Our speaker is back to working. Oh, that was crazy. All right, so before we get to our guest, I do want to share an awesome picture we got today. Oh, it's tinier than I expected. One of our fans, Krista Mick, she bought one of our shirts. Thank you, Krista. Yay! So here is our Being Thrifty is Our Business t-shirt. We work hard to bring you guys some good info each week. We bring the show to you for free. And if you like what you've seen or if you've learned anything, please buy a shirt from us. The proceeds go to Nay and me. So if you look right down underneath the description here, you will see a link to our shirt on Amazon, or you can just go to Amazon, look up Being Thrifty is Our Business. So thank you, Krista, for buying one. And anyone else who buys one, let's see a picture of you in it. And even better, let's see a picture of you in it in a thrift store. That's what we want to see. Because that would be awesome. All right, so I think it is time for our guest. What do you think?
I think so.
All right, let me get the artwork up here. And now that we got our speaker working again, we can actually ring the doorbell, so that's pretty awesome. Stupid speaker. All right, time for our guest. Our guest tonight is Bleu Davis. Let's bring up Bleu right here. Where is he? Right there. Da-da-da.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, there they are.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
How are you?
What's happening, buddy?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Oh, we are good. We're having a fun show, even though we had little technical difficulties there, but it all worked out.
It all works out.
All right, so I met Bleu and Ashley in April of 2015.
Yes.
Is that right? Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm usually not good with dates. So I had a class in Columbus, Ohio, and they attend a thrifting class. I also have drinking classes if you ever want to join the drinking class. I see Nate. I could feel Nate rolling her eyes, and I looked down.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I could feel it. I
try to control it.
And they had just kind of started thrifting and wanted to learn how to make a go at it, and they have. So welcome, guys. This is going to be a great show because you have our show's been great, but you have an inspirational kind of here's how we did it story.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So why don't you start and just give us a little, give us like the 60-second bio of you two.
Basically, my name's Blue. This is Ashley. We worked at a printing and mailing service for a while, and that's how we basically supported our family. And one day we went in, and they was like, "We're closing work down. You guys can stay. You two can stay for 2 weeks and clean the stuff up to get it ready to sell at auction." So we stayed for a little bit, and we didn't know what we were going to do, and we had saved up a little bit of money, I guess. We had been buying Legos and other things that we collect, and they were just stockpiling. So we were like, well, we're going to have to sell some of it. So I started selling my Lego minifigures, and it took off overnight. And ever since then, we started going thrifting every single day, garage sales. I think it was 2 years ago, I was watching Spike. I was waiting for Cops to come on. Your show did I happened to watch it, and then when we worked for the past year and a half, every night when I came home from work, I would just study the group. I would look at all the bolos, write them down. I would memorize them. She used to give me hell for it, like, what are you doing in that damn computer? And I was like, I can't stop reading this stuff. I can't stop. And we went to the thrift store one day, and I bought these vintage pewter eagles, these wall hanging things. I got them for 99 cents, and when I looked them up, they were like 75 bucks. So I bought them, we listed them, and I sold them within 4 days, and that was the one thing that sparked it right there, that and the Hip Hop Abs DVD.
Caught the fever.
We caught the fever.
The Hip Hop Abs DVD.
The Hip Hop Abs DVD. We had like 60 of them, and they were like 25 a pop, and they were all sealed.
Oh my God!
It worked out. And so we just we started grinding. We'd go to the thrift store 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 a day. Garage sales come around. We hit on Thursdays and Fridays. We do 20 to 30 garage sales, and we just stay grinding. I'm always looking for a good deal, no matter if it's in the free ads or in the auto ads, to a roll of toilet paper. I have one listed right now in my store with a watcher on it for 15 bucks. And it just grinding, basically.
So what's so special about that toilet paper?
That toilet paper has some funny sayings on it. It's like adult humor, toilet humor.
Okay.
It was like a happy birthday, and it has a guy sitting on a toilet, and a dove's bringing him a roll of toilet paper, and it looks like the smell's coming from the door and stuff. It's just pretty funny.
Bathroom humor.
Bathroom humor.
Got it.
And so basically that's our story. We thrift hardcore, and we list. We wake up at 7 every morning. We get our kids ready for school. And then I start working at 8. She gets the kids on the bus, and then my 4-year-old, he gets home around 12. So that's when we usually take a little lunch break for 30 minutes. We feed him. He usually lays down until 3 when my daughter gets home, and that gives us our hours to work right there. So when she gets home, we can have family time, or we can go to more thrift stores.
Kids
You still have nap time. My 3-year-old has given up his naps.
Yeah, I actually wish they would take a few more naps so we could get some
I know the
list.
feeling.
I have so much stuff to list. It's overbearing for real.
Yes, I know that feeling.
Oh, that's lovely. Ice delivery. Thank you, my dear.
Stacy to the rescue.
Everybody just said Stacy to the rescue. That's my girl. All right, Nate, what you got for Blue?
Well, what platforms do you sell on, first of all?
Well, we only sell on eBay currently, and then we do Facebook and Craigslist and them type things, local groups.
Okay. And what is your favorite place to source? You mentioned you hit a lot of yard sales and whatnot. Would you prefer the yard sales to the thrift stores?
Yes, I do. I love the yard sales. I can always haggle prices. I can always find those exclusive deals on the video games, or whatever it may be. But usually video game season is garage sale season. I get a lot of video games.
That's good. And so I don't know if we should get to do you want to get to some of their scores first?
Sure, yeah,
today,
because it'll show, because they're going to show stuff that...
Because we have the big point of, Blue's, the big exciting part of Blue's appearance.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll save that for after the scores.
Yeah, let me bring all the Blue scores up here, and we will just Give us a little, like, what you paid, where you found it kind of thing, Blue.
What is your store name? Because it's the Groovy Attic. What is your eBay ID? Is that
It's stores.ebay.com/Groovy Attic.
Okay, so Christine was just asking so that she could get that in the chat. So
my seller ID is bricks_on_deck.
Yep, it's right on the screen right now. So right in there. Oops, let me highlight it right there. There we go.
Okay.
All right, so brother, what is this? A typewriter? Who's buying typewriters?
That's what I thought when I seen it. It was actually sealed, so I pick up anything that's sealed, and I looked it up, and I actually paid $4 for it, and sold it. Well, I think it was within 2 or 3 days, and it got full asking price of $117.99.
God.
I always
buy
pick
vintage
up
ones, but I wouldn't never even. I'm probably never paused on this.
Yeah, I was too. It had sat here. It was. I picked that up actually around the time we were in Columbus together, and so it sat here for a long time, and I just got rid of it on January. I just had listed it.
Wow.
Very cool.
Awesome sale. I don't know. I think I would have passed that up too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I always go for sealed electronics. Anything old and sealed in electronics is always a plus. That is what I always try to go for.
All right, so QuickBooks from 12 years ago.
12 years ago. Yes, I paid 9 cents for this. It valid for Dayton. And Ash thought I was crazy for getting this. And once again, we had a couple watchers on it almost instantly, and it sold within a week or two.
$27 for a 12-year-old QuickBooks. Who the hell needs that?
Old computer software does really, really well.
I know, but I just gotta notice on my QuickBooks from 3 years ago that they're not supporting something feature anymore. I gotta buy the new one. So who's buying a 12-year-old one?
Well, places like I actually worked at a computer shop for a while, and places like Tim Hortons and stuff, they have older computer systems, and instead of upgrading, they'd rather stay with the lower grade system, so they have to use this software that isn't, a lot of new stuff is like Windows 7 and up.
Yep.
So a lot of these places need to buy this old software instead of going $20,000 to get new point-of-sale systems. So they'll use the older software to keep from doing that.
All right, speaking of old, Sharp 8mm Video 8 camcorder. Wow.
I picked this up at a garage sale this summer. I got it for $5, and the tapes actually, all but the one that's sealed there, they all had stuff on them, and it was pretty cool to sit there and watch from years ago. Everything worked perfect. Tested it, had the charger, and 89.
Were the tapes the old owner's sexy time?
No, they wasn't. It was really weird stuff. It was just people walking around the city for real in an abandoned house. Yeah, it was just some old weird stuff.
Now I always look at calculators, so.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things is calculators. Yeah. I always check the calculator bin. I've sold some really nice calculators. And this is one of them right here. I think we paid $6 for this, and I mean, even the keyboard popped out and you could switch it out. I knew right away it was something good. It was in mint condition.
Yeah, that's a nice sale. And how much did you say you paid for that? Did you just?
I'm pretty sure it was $6. It was either $4 or $6.
Wow, good deal.
Yeah, no kidding. Plus, calculators, small, easy to ship. Keep that in mind.
True, yeah.
And, hey, calculators. Oh, owner's manual.
Yeah, this is just a case right here. This was actually a holy grail we had got. We paid 25 cents for this whole calculator. The calculator was in there. I sold it separate. It was like a $70 or $80 calculator, I'm pretty sure. And we sold that separate, and that's just the case in the owner manual. So if you see older electronic manuals and things like that, it's always good to pick them up.
A good tip. And then, speaking of old, Sega Saturn.
Yes, and Once again, this is just a case. That's no game right here. This is just for the case and the manual. You know, that's why I wanted to show a few of these things. You might not see the item in there because you're at a thrift store or something, but the case can be just as much as the game. Because if I had the game, I could get 65 for the whole thing, and the case alone was half of that, even a little bit more.
Now, Nay, would you ever buy an empty game case?
No.
I wouldn't either.
No.
I'm blown away. Like,
I know. I don't know. What,
I got to go thrifting right now, Blue. I'll see you later. Show's over.
and that's something that, especially at my Goodwill, people tend to. There's a theft problem with I don't know. Maybe some of the things are donated without the games or the DVDs or whatever, but there seems to be a theft problem, and you have to check. And if I see something that's not in there, I'm not going to buy the case. That's wow.
This is a cool little train set here. Look at that. That's pretty sweet.
This we got for
that's
$2.99.
That is so cute.
Yeah,
my 3-year-old would probably steal that.
The train actually goes around and it stops at each one of the little things, and when it stops, the Ferris wheel will go around or the merry-go-round will go around, and then you hit the button and it will pull the stop thing up and the train will actually go. And we only paid $2.99 for that at Valley Thrift also in a big grab bag, and it was 100% complete.
Wow.
That's pretty old, man. To go through like the Valley Thrift, it's a huge thrift store we have out here, and like to go through all that and be complete, that's something else.
It sure is.
Yeah, somebody took care of it.
Now, see, this is where, although I like toys, my eyes would glaze over.
Imagine taking the pictures.
Now, this I just wanted to show because this is mainly like what we do. Most of the things we sell that are toys, because toys are my niche. So we usually, our sales are between $50 and $90 in a toy for one play set with figures, and average is $50 to $90. So this right here was 2 different bags. They were each $6 a piece, and they were at the same place, just in different locations. So I picked it up and put them together, and I got $195 for this, and I think it was $27 to ship. And that was with tracking. If you see any Imaginext Fisher-Price stuff, like superheroes or Toy Story, pick it up. The figures alone are worth the money. The figures alone are worth the money.
Yeah, my kids have some of those, so.
Time to raid your kids' toys, Nay.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, do they
All
take
right.
them?
So, like with any of us, Blue's got some scores and Blue's got some duds, and I like this first dud.
Man, I was so happy.
Sexy time. See, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Okay.
I was so happy to get this. I walked into Goodwill and I was about to leave, and I turned around to look at like the wooden area where they keep like the wooden stuff, and this was just sitting there. So I was like, "Oh my God, Ash, it's a sex toy. We did so great. We did great." I think I paid $4 or $5 for this damn thing. And then we got it home, and I'm like, well, none have sold. I didn't look it up. I just thought it was good, and it's been on here for a long time. I think I've relisted it about 6 times, and I paid too much for it. I think paying $5 and only getting 19 on a return is just not enough.
Now, funny, I bought Japanese Love Silk Ropes on season 2. They wouldn't show it because it was too adult, but I sold them. They didn't go for a ton of money, but I did sell them. And the funniest thing was I found them in the kids section at Savers.
Oh, Lord.
Lord. This was in the Halloween section. That's when we got this. It was during Halloween time.
Love it. All right, this one made me chuckle. And what made me chuckle was you have 8.
Oh, yes.
Oh, but what I didn't tell you was I have 3 more lots of, okay? This is just my Hannah Montana. I also have High School Musical, which is a joke, and I think I have 6 of those, and then I have some a Tigger Easterific one, which I actually sold 1. But like I'm basically giving these away at $2.54 to ship this item. I am basically giving this away, and nobody will take Hannah Montana home.
That 15 minutes is up, unfortunately.
Yes, I think it is.
That's going to be a redonate here.
That's redonate.
Yeah.
I need to go through and get some. I need to go through and do some spring cleaning.
Now this is a dud that seems kind of unique and fun to me.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, oh man, any teacher would love this. It's large. It's extra, size for a classroom, I thought. but we've never had watchers, no interest, no messages.
I mean, the pages are even clear when you flip them.
Yeah.
It does different stuff. Like when you look at the body, like in the pictures, you can move the pictures like up and down, and
You can see
it'll
the
switch.
organs, the different bones. I thought it was awesome.
Me too. We paid
All
two.
right. So here's what I would do. I would do two things.
Okay.
I think in your title, you got to get in how big it is in your title. Giant, huge, or the height, the actual height. And I would take a short video of you flipping it over and showing the different levels.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And I would do both those things, you guys, and up your price. That's what I would do.
What do you think I should put it at?
$30. Bump it up to $30. Get a cool video. Make sure, because even until you see this last picture, you start to get an idea it's a little bit taller than normal, but by the title, and look, no one gets to picture 10, we all know that. So
Right.
by the title, you got to get giant, or you got to get 12-inch or 19-inch or whatever the height was. Get it in your title.
Okay, we'll do.
Will do.
I cannot help you on this one, but I can help you on this one, I think, all right?
Yes.
And then last, Dud
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's cool.
is going on here.
I mean, I just thought that was cool, man. It's a face, and then you can make, you can put your food on it and make cool stuff. Like, I thought that would get a kid to eat or something, but it's sat here just as long as them ornaments have.
Just because it's cool doesn't mean it'll sell.
Right.
I learned the hard way.
We paid $2 for that.
And going back to the other one, Christine had a great idea. In your title, you need homeschool. That's a perfect item for someone who homeschools their kid.
Okay.
So yeah,
Awesome.
let's get that fixed up. Let's go even higher. Shit, we'll go $35. Let's do it.
All right.
Nice.
We'll make it happen.
All right, so there's the scores and duds. And Nay, why don't you lead us into why Blue and Ashley are actually here?
Okay, so Blue and Ashley just made a very large purchase, and they purchased it just funded by their sales. So that's pretty amazing. So we'd like to hear about your big purchase and how you did it.
Well, basically, we stuck to a very, very strict schedule and listed, and saved, and tried to cut corners on everything that we possibly could. And between eBay and the other ways that we make money, we did put it together, and we were able to afford our first new car.
Woo!
Yay. That's awesome.
And I got a great. I'm going to show another picture of it. I was just like, oh shoot, I should have had one of the pictures. So hang on. What? And how old are you guys? If you don't mind sharing that part.
I am 30, and she is 29. And we have really went from nothing to
There
something.
it is. Look how shiny.
Look
That's
at my
beautiful.
photography. It's beautiful. We love it.
Oh, that's really nice, yeah.
So I want to give you a round of applause and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
man.
A lot of hard work.
A lot of it was you too, man. For real, your group has done a lot for us, man, and it's an honor just being in your group. For real, it really is.
That is that is a motivator and an inspirational story there, I'm sure, for many. So
Yeah, this is our sole income. That's all we do is eBay.
that's
That's
amazing.
what we do. We have 2 kids. Got to raise your kids somehow, so you got to do the work to get the money.
They bought an accidental horse.
Yes, we did. We bought an accidental horse. I was told my dog was a lab pit, and then he's a lab Great Dane.
So
now
not a
he's
pit.
years
He's a
old.
Great Dane.
Now he's 100.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, you think?
He is a big baby. He's 115 pounds, and he is up the butt for real. He is.
Hey, Ash, how tall are you?
I'm
No, no.
5'1".
Okay, so Ashley's 5'1". Right before we went on the air, I saw Ashley go like this, and this one-year-old puppy put his paws up here and looked her dead in the eye. And
He's taller than me.
I picked up my little dog and went, "What is that? That's a horse."
He's ginormous. But he's a big teddy bear.
He is a big teddy bear. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I have a 70-pound puppy. I thought he was big. Wow.
Yeah, I'll enjoy my 22-pound big dog. So one of the reasons we wanted to have Blue on, what an awesome story. Like,
Yeah, it is. It's just such an inspiration. It's like, wow, look what you can do.
you're losing your job. You're like, all right, I'm going to make a go at this. You took a class with me, and over the past, a little over a year, You guys have listened, you've learned, you've absorbed, but, and this is the key. This is really the key. I don't mean to throw it under the bus, Blue, because you're a guest on our show, but there have been a few times where you've let emotion get the best of you. You've gotten a little angry, and we all do that. Look, I'm not saying all of us do that. But when you're conducting business, you gotta check out of emotion to stay in your business mode. But Blue, unlike some people, Blue is like, you know what, Jay, you're right. Deep breaths and back on track. And you know what? That picture of that car shows you did it. You did it. I mean, that's amazing. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And that's why. Oops! I almost kicked you off by accident.
Oh,
so when customers say, "Oh, I accidentally bought this," I almost ejected Blue by accident. That would have sucked. Okay, see ya. Because once you get ejected, you can't come back. That would be the problem.
Oh.
That would have been a problem.
Yeah, whoops. I've never ejected a guest. Let's not start tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Then I couldn't have told my 32 keywords for searching on Craigslist and let go and offer up.
All right, so Blue's got some tips he wants to share with us. So,
well,
Blue,
do we have our bonus tip?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good time to do it. Shit, man, I was all ready, and then, that was, perfect, and I blew it.
Yeah.
I blew it. All right, let's do this. Oh, yeah, I don't got my speaker on anymore. Hang on.
So we have our bonus tip of the week brought to you by our guest, Bleu Davis.
Okay, our bonus tip of the week. I always check my other outlets other than my thrift stores. With the growing population, doing more, going to the thrift store and thrifting and everything, I kind of have to change too. If the prices go up and there's more people, I've started doing other things to where I don't even really have to leave my house. There's apps like OfferUp and Let Go, and then there's one called Mercari. And these apps right here have let us basically thrift from home. I'm on it all day long. From the minute I get up until the minute I go to bed, I check for certain keywords to look for things that I would be interested in. Hot trends, hot toys that are selling, and hot items. So when I go to one of these search bars, I go and I type in what I'm looking for, and I do this about 3 to 4 times a day, and I search this same list right here, and there's 32 items that I look for. And these are the items that I look for when I search. Apple, Nintendo, Bubble Guppies, which is a kids' TV show. Dinosaur Train, which is a kids' TV show. Imaginext, Action Figure, Shopkins, Trash Pack, Swinkies, Paw Patrol, Wii U, Xbox One, PS4, video games, Lego, and Legos. I always add the S, even though it's really not a word. Some people still say I got a lot of Legos, and it's really just Lego, so you have to search both to make sure you know no one's putting them on there. I always search Harry Potter, Star Wars, Blu-ray, hip-hop albums, Littlest Pet Shop, Polly Pocket, La La Loopsy Mini, McFarlane Toys. I always look for bubble mailers and supplies for our business. I type in the word place set, spaced, and place set is one word. And Octonauts, Strawberry Shortcake, Pokemon, and any DVD box sets. I also always check the auto and the free ads for different items that I could maybe resell or use myself. And then I also got a couple other items that you may not know sell that you can start hanging on to, and these are as follows. Empty pill bottles, empty toilet paper rolls, empty cologne bottles, empty liquor bottles. Those things all sell by bulk. So if you have like 100 empty toilet paper rolls, you could sell them for $25 right now on eBay. If you had like 100 pill bottles, you could sell them for $30 on eBay. Empty Patron bottles, empty Ciroc bottles, any top shelf alcohol is always good bottles and big money. So that's just something to think about before you throw your next items away.
Shoot, I gotta go to my trash can. I'll be right back. I'll see you.
Keep them over here.
I gotta say, Nay, that is probably the most amazing list You are muted, Nay. Why are you muted?
She's like, oh man.
She's just yakking away. We don't hear her.
She's giving us a story.
All right, so what were you saying, Nadine?
I was wondering why nobody. Sorry about that. So I was saying with all the medicine I'm on right now, I might as well cash in on it because I have so many pill bottles that I just recycle every month. I'm going, I'm just going. I mean, I'm on so many medications, so I should take advantage of that. That's crazy. And I would assume it's crafters. Maybe they use them for beads or whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like teachers and stuff doing school projects.
Yeah, I mean, they're great for that kind of stuff, yeah.
I've sold lots of scissors before, just like cheap kid scissors, like lots of 18 and 25. They sell
classrooms,
really well.
yeah.
So 2 things I want to say about that list. If you didn't get it all, just go back and listen again at the end of the replay, because that was amazing. But
it was it's great.
Not having kids and being 45, I am so out of touch. Half those words you guys said, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Well, I knew most of them, but I have boys, so the girls' toys I'm kind of,
Nadine's got kids, you guys have kids, and that was amazing because I got to go back and write down that list too, because those are all things that are most things. I mean, obviously the shipping supplies are on my radar. Lego will be on my radar, but a lot of that stuff, the things kids play with nowadays, way off my radar. So that's amazing. I mean, this, every week our show gets better and better. There's some point where some guest is going to suck. I don't know when that's going to happen, but whoever it's going to be, let's hope it's not anybody we know real well.
Right. Might have to eject them.
Yeah, I'm about to eject him. Yeah, somebody just said Jay needs to watch the Bubble Guppies. Yeah, but what? I don't know what that is.
Bubble
Guppies. Now I have that song in my head.
Bubble Guppies are awesome.
I'm the only one not to know this, right?
But I always check like whatever's on Nick and whatever's on Disney XD, like the main shows. I always look and type in figures, and I've always noticed like shows that come on like PBS Kids, like Super Y and Dinosaur Train. Those 2 right there are very, very expensive. And if you look in my solds, I've sold just a matching game for Super Y for $22, just a matching game, and you can't really beat it. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm really rating my kids' toys because they've got Dinosaur Train stuff too.
Are they playing with it?
Dinosaur Train is big money.
Big.
Yeah, no, they don't really. They're not interested in it anymore. So it's sitting in their toy box.
There you go.
Jump on it.
We just sold a train for $124.99. Dinosaur Train, the Thunder Mountain.
Well, they have pieces to the trains, like the characters, and they have pieces. So
pieces, just certain pieces will make you money.
Wow, I'm gonna.
Hey, question about the pill bottles, Blue.
Yes, sir.
Somebody said, how do you get the labels off? Do you wash them?
No, I don't wash them. Usually, my family, when they're done with them, they're always cleaned out for real when they give them to me. I've never really came across a dirty pill bottle before.
The sticker.
But the sticker, as far as the sticker, I would just use the Scotty peeler. That's what I have. Use the Scotty peeler, or you can take a hair dryer and just go around the label, and it'll soften up the glue, and it'll peel right off.
Yeah. We've got the same 2 usual.
I know. Hey, it's catnap corner time. Which cat is on a step? Could it be Milo? Could it be Phoebe? Is it half pint? Let's see. Oh, I see 2 sound asleep now. I didn't want to do this right off the start of the show, but man, Milo, Nadine's giving her breast cancer update, pouring her heart out about her feelings, and Milo is just going to town on himself.
Yeah,
I've seen them.
Yes, it was a very inopportune moment, and he was being very indecent. Yes.
Yeah. So for those of you saying Milo, if you can't see, Phoebe is at the top of the screen. Phoebe is that little black blob on the top of the
She's a black blob up there.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't see my boy Half Pint anywhere.
No, he must be upstairs. He's not afraid of the dog, so he'll chill with the dog.
So 2 things. We're over the hour a little bit, but Blue's awesome, and I want to touch on 2 more things for sure. One is, hey Blue, I want you to show what you showed me earlier, the toy you found today.
Alrighty.
I know. I didn't forewarn him and prep him. Oh, but look how handy it is.
I had it right here.
I would have brought.
I have to show it.
All right, let's see it, Blue. What'd you find today? Give us a price
Okay.
and what it's going to sell for.
I was on OfferUp, and this guy had a 25-gallon bin, just a plastic tub, and it had 3 pieces in it. One, it said Masters of the Universe Battle Ram, and then 2 other pieces were Stariors, and it was some kind of show made by a company called Tommy, and it was kind of like G.I. Joe type thing. So I went and met this guy for $50. We met. He pulled up in the car. He was smoking a cigarette. I'm like, oh, damn. I told Ash, I said, I hope to God he don't have these in the car with him when he was smoking. He didn't. He had them in the back. He popped the trunk. I didn't think it was going to happen, and here it is. This is the Masters of the Universe Battle Ram. This is about $250, and it is in mint condition. The flap does not lay down. I mean, there's not a crease, or you can see in the light there. There is no crease.
And what year is that from, Blue?
This is 1981. I wasn't still conceived.
Hang on. Yeah, let that sink in, everyone. 1981. It's crispy new. Crispy new. That is insane to me.
With the KB Toys sticker still on here. I mean, there is not one.
Now that's a good tip, and I'm sure Nate would agree with me. At this instant, a 1981 toy, don't take that sticker off.
Yeah, because KB is...
Yeah. Now, if you buy a Walmart shirt that still has the Walmart tag, you can take that off from last year.
But KB is part of history, too.
Who's calling?
That's my bad.
Who doesn't know that you're on? Who's not watching you? Which friend or family member is not watching you, Blue?
Disowned.
It's my best friend, for real.
Disowned is right. Disowned.
Wow.
Watching. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, I hope so.
You know what? He is watching. He's calling. He's saying, Blue, I want that right now. I want that toy.
He wants that right now. That's probably what he was saying. That is probably what he was saying.
And so what'd you pay? I'm sorry, what'd you pay?
I paid $50 for all 3 pieces. That one is about $225, and then one of the other Stario, the Battle Command Center, is $259, and then I got a Cosmotron. He's another one from the Starios, and he's $89. So I basically made $605 off of a $50 purchase.
Yeah, they're all listed in the store.
And I told Ash, this deal, I messaged the dude. He waited for 2 days to call me back. I never thought that I would get this, that someone would tell him, you know, like, look, let me come get that. I'll give you more money. But what he did is he did not take a picture of the actual box. He just took a picture down inside the bin and just seen the 3 ends of the toys. And people probably didn't know what it was. He just put 3 toys, $50. He didn't know what he had, you know.
Hey, good question. What was the KB price?
The KB price was $12.99, I think.
Wow.
$14.95.
Actually, it says $14.95, then it says $12.97, and then it says clearance for $5, all on the same sticker.
Wow.
So at some point, somebody paid $5 for that, and you're going to get $250. That's
and the other toy sets have the Toys R Us sticker on them with clearance stickers on them, and those are mint condition too. Those are top-notch mint condition. I couldn't believe we got it, for real.
I wonder if he just looked at those price stickers and didn't, you know, just thought maybe that's what they're worth.
Could be.
You know? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably. He cared more about giving me a business card for a tattoo.
Yeah.
Even though I only have one on my whole body, he gave me a card for a tattoo. So I was quick to take his card and give him the $50 and say, "Have a nice day."
Yeah.
Was my. That fed the kids for a whole month right there.
Yeah, never haggle or even do anything to lose a deal that sweet. Look, we all should haggle, all of us, because that's part of the nature of what we do. But when the deal's too good, you just throw that money at them and say, thank you very much.
And get out of there before they... Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
We actually did that about a week ago. We seen a good deal on Craigslist. I thought it was another crazy deal. This woman had all the Harry Potter Legos, the Hogwarts Castle, the Diagon Alley, which you can see right there. She had $400 for everything. So I was like, look, I'll give you $400. She was like, there's a woman already in front of you. She was like, if she don't go through, I'll give it to you. I didn't think she would call me back because who's going to turn this down? I mean, it's like $2,000 worth of Harry Potter Legos. And I got them for $400. So we took a road trip to Kentucky one afternoon. In a split second, we went to Kentucky, picked it up, came back. $2,000 worth of Legos, just like that, for a 400. I
Wow.
didn't haggle her down one bit, not one bit.
That is awesome.
That is very awesome. All right, look, we're at 7:10, but I want to cover one more topic, and we had talked about earlier, and it's a topic we had never seen before. So I'm going to let Nadine take the lead, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So, do you use PayPal? I don't know what the question is that I'm supposed to ask about PayPal.
I'll just give you keywords to throw out there, hon.
Okay.
Because Blue's going to tell us a story about PayPal.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
yeah. I didn't know about this,
Yeah.
so I'm just like he's.
I couldn't get you to look at the messenger for too long. I wrote that like 5 minutes ago.
You know what? That is my bad.
Okay.
No, it's not your bad. Nadine and I should communicate a little bit more.
Yeah, because he goes ask about PayPal. I'm like, what about PayPal?
All right, so now I want everyone to listen because this is something I don't need, and I'm not saying that to say, haha, I don't need it. I just don't need it, but if it's something you do need, here's how it can help you grow your business. So Blue's going to tell us a story, but pay attention. If you've ever at a point where you need to get $500 from a few Elvises, maybe this is a different avenue for you. Go ahead, Blue.
Alrighty, so there came a time when we first started, you know, we had to pay our bills, we didn't have our job, money was super, super low. We were used to, I was working 72 hours a week and she was right behind me, and we went from working that to having nothing. Like, I was devastated. Everything I had put in was into this job. We needed money. I could pay my bills through eBay, but I would only have like $200, $300 left, and it wasn't enough to put in a coffee can. You know what I mean? I would need it quicker than that. And then once I got the money to pay my bills, that took my inventory away, so I had to go buy inventory with the rest of the money, and it was very, very hard. And so what we did, I looked into the PayPal loans, and they actually kind of saved our lives. The PayPal loans are like this. PayPal goes and they find an investor and they tell you how much money they want to give you. So this particular investor said he wanted to pay $5,000 and he wants to get back $6,100, and there is no time limit on it. And how PayPal does this is that you can set it up to take 10%, 20%, 30, 40, or 50 of your sales. So if you select 20%, that means at midnight, and you say you did $200 today, at midnight they're going to take $20 out of your account, and that goes to your loan. And say if you don't have a sale for 4 or 5 days, you do not have to pay them for 4 or 5 days. There is no time limit. They cannot go in your bank. They cannot put more interest on it. It is what it is. We signed up for $5,000. We got $6,183, and that's what we had to pay back. You know, the $6,183 for the interest. They automatically put the $5,000 into your account, and it can really, really help you. Now, we took that one loan and transformed it into our car. That is how we did this. And the loan, we took the $5,000 and it asked you, what do you want to do with the money? We selected to buy inventory, and so that's what we did with it. We went and bought a bunch of bins. We got our store organized. I used to have everything on shelves, and I went to bins. So now we went through and I went page by page in my store and took every item and started putting it in a bin and putting a number by it so we have our inventory. So I went and bought bins and inventory. And so that's what we've been doing the first part of the year. You know, like in January and February, we didn't list anything. Actually, last night and today was the first time we listed for the new year. And the PayPal loans really, really helped us get to where we are now. Like, and you can continue to take them out. You don't have to take the $5,000. You can take what you want. They'll tell you what your max is, and you can go from $250 to however much you want. And it's kind of a lifesaver. And 10% of the sales in our business, you know, if I spend 5, I want to make 50. I like to make tenfold, at least 6 times my money, so I can afford 10%. You know, if I was getting a loan, like if I needed the money, I wouldn't have took it if I didn't need it, but I needed the money, and it changed it now to where I don't need money anymore. You know, I can go buy inventory when I want. I can pay my bills, and I'm cool. It actually gave me that month to rest, to know all my bills are paid. you know, and so I can go and focus only on my store and take off from that point. So the moment we got the first $5,000 loan, we actually paid that loan back in 2 months, and it's been uphill since then.
That is, hang on, Nate, that is awesome. I mean, people in the chat are like, "Wow, I had no clue," and that is one of the,
I didn't know that existed either.
PayPal is more than just, hey, you're paying for your stuff on eBay. PayPal has so many services, and that's just one of them. And like I said, I'm lucky enough to not need that. But man, to hear you guys tell your story, if you use it properly, you'll set yourself up for success for a long time. And that's what's amazing. That but you got to be diligent. Like when you guys bought your car, you said, look, we cut some corners, we cut some costs, we figured it out. And hey, look at this. We're doing good. We're making money. We bought our first brand new car. Kids are eating, clothes are on them. We got toys for days. Life's good. I still live in Ohio. It's still gray 6 months a year. But other than that, and I can say that because I'm from Cleveland. No, somebody said I thought it was only cabbage. No, PayPal's been doing loans for quite a while now. So I would definitely check it out. And as you can hear how it worked for Bleu and Ashley, it worked. You just got to be very diligent about what you borrow. Don't get it over your head. No one's coming to break your knees, but still you got to pay it back.
Right.
You got to make sure that your business model is sound to borrow it, then to pay it back. Am I right, Bleu?
Right. We actually discussed for, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. I always told her, like, we need $2,500 right now. I need to be able to sit back for a month and not worry about getting money for bills. I am in super grind mode. I took my bed out of my room. I sleep in my son's bed while he sleeps with my daughter so I can grind to do this. I have my bed took apart in my garage right now, and I have my room full of shelves and bins. So I am in super grind mode to get where we need to be, and it helped us out tremendously.
Hey, one more question about the loans. Nikki wants to know, how long was the approval process?
5 minutes.
It was 5 minutes.
I'm sorry, what?
You go to the link. You literally go to the link. You put in you put your login and your password for PayPal. It takes you to a screen, asks you, it's the little, what is it called when you fill something out to try to get it?
Like application.
Application. Yeah, it's like a little application. It'll ask you your name. It'll ask you your store EIN number, and then it'll say, okay, transmitting, and then it'll come back in like 2 or 3 minutes, and it will tell you your credit line, what you can get, and it'll be from a $250 on up to whatever you can do. But they give you your limit based on your sales.
Right.
So we started doing this for a little bit just to get enough to get some credit with PayPal, then so we could get our first loan.
Yeah, your loan is based on how much you have sold. So pretty much they can guarantee that you can pay it back and that you're working to pay it back.
Right.
So I can't just get it and go play video poker. Is that what you're saying?
No, sir.
Well, you can. I mean, it goes directly to your PayPal. Right when you click next, it says approved, and it'll tell you right there.
In 5 minutes.
Yep, it is there.
But that could be dangerous for some people.
It could be dangerous.
Only do it if you need it.
Yeah. So, can we see your horse?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got him locked in the room. I got him in his stable. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, let's end on your horse, because he is just an adorable puppy. But when I say puppy, I mean giant freaking dog.
Here, hold on. I just moved my chair.
Let me just say hi to my babies real quick. I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, Layla. I love you, Brayden.
Here, hold that. Come here, Benny.
Come on, Benny boy. Here's the man of the hour.
Oh my God!
Oh wow!
Look how big he is.
Oh my goodness!
This is our little one here. This is Cheech. And that's Bane from Batman.
Wow.
And gorgeous dogs too. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They're both 1 year old, and they've both been shedding a lot lately, getting ready for the summer.
Springtime.
So they said pit bull, and it was Great Dane.
He's a Great Dane.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's a big difference.
That's like saying I'm going to buy a VW Beetle and you get a motorhome.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, he's beautiful.
Look at him. Like
yeah.
That coat is gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. And what is he mixed with? He's a
Lab Great Dane.
wow.
What are you doing, Benny? Looky.
Look at him. Hey, buddy.
This is what he does right here when I list. I'll be sitting here and he gets up on my lap and lays over me like this, and this is how we sit for 8 to 10 hours a day. Right here.
115-pound lap dog. As adorable as he is, I will stick with my 12-pound lap dog.
I have a 70-pound lap dog, and that's pretty big. So. Wow.
All right, well, we are way over the hour, but man, you know what the chat just said, Blue? The best guest yet, and the bar has been raised yet again for the next
so
guest.
Much,
so.
man. It means a lot being on here, man. It really does, man. I really do just want to thank you, thank the lifeguards, Nay, thank you so much. You know, you guys are a true inspiration. Thank you for the files. Those files, man, have helped me and my wife so much.
That's so nice to hear, because we've put a lot of effort into them, so it's nice to hear that that people appreciate them. You're the second person this week who has mentioned them, so.
They are great, and you know they helped us so much in the beginning, and still every now and then we hit a little bump in the road and we need to go check something, you know, or we learn something all the time, because you know we're not good on clothes yet. You know, but like we're starting, you know, we're trying, you know. I know the jeans did get the silver tabs and the rock revivals and the trues. I got all that, but you know, we still have bumps in the road, and it's kind of boring clothes are to me for some reason. I don't know. I like to go,
what?
I like to go straight for the kill.
Oh my gosh, they're so exciting.
It's like, take me to the toys right now. I walk in, I don't see nothing. They're like, hello, sir. I'm like, I'm sorry, I got to get these toys first. But I do have.
Runs to the door.
I do run to the door.
But that's a good, you know, that's a good thing though, because if you could take my knowledge of like men's clothes, Nadine's knowledge of girly clothes, your guys' knowledge of toys, and jam them together, it would be like the Voltron of thrifters.
You're right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, you know, you know, we all have our niches, and, you know, hey, let's end on this note. We all have our niches, but if we all learn from each other, if Blue takes one moment and says, all right, I'm going to find some silver tab jeans, and I take one moment and find Bubble Buddies, what the hell is it called?
Bubble Guppies.
Bubble Guppies. If I find some Bubble Guppies,
you help kids. So.
And if I take something from Nadine and buy like a Diane von Furstenberg dress, man, you'll be a better thrifter, a better seller. You'll make more money, and you know what? The more you keep going up, besides paying for life, then you pay for fun. And that's what we all aim for. All right. Well, that was a great show.
Hey, Jason, I got one more question, man. We cannot go like this. I need to know something about this jacket. You guys have got to help me, man. Like, I don't know clothes. I have it sitting right here. Here, babe, move this chair for me.
Check out this jacket, Nadine.
Okay, this is a Dayton police motorcycle jacket. It's like brand new, but I mean they did have stitching. Like you can see the Dayton police thing was here, and they unstitched it, and then the sergeant label was here.
Yep.
And it says Dayton Police in brass on the buttons, and it has the skyline. And Ash said those are like 50s and 60s. And then I called this place. It's a local company called David's Uniforms, and they're still open. And I asked her what would I described it to her, told her it's thick. It's about 12 pounds, 10 pounds this jacket is. It is huge. And she said it would be $400 to $500 for a jacket like this today. But like she just did not see the quality, you know. All the zippers on the inside.
All quilted, yeah.
And then the cool factor of this, you guys, was I came home and I was going through these pockets, and this is what I found. I found a vintage booking thing. It's a pad of where they booked people. And then I also found 2 pictures of 2 criminals in the pocket, probably informants. Stop snitching. And
oh my gosh.
And then,
they're Polaroids. That's crazy.
They even got their social securities on the back. Like, this is crazy, but this is old, you know? I thought it was just very, very cool.
Polaroids. Wow.
And I don't know a price. I don't even know where to start. I got this after Halloween. The Goodwill tag's still on it for $12.99, and I got it half off.
Wow.
So, I mean, I got it for $6.50, and it is so heavy. It's got leather on the outside, and then the inside has like this, you know, like a, I don't know what you would call this, like a gathering kind of at the wrist.
Yeah, the elastic on the wrist, so it, you know, keeps it in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just would have no idea. I don't know if any of you guys would, or where to start on a price.
Well,
like,
she was saying that it would go now for about 500, and that's a vintage one.
no, she was saying just a new one to have made that would be like this would be
That would
$400 to
be
$500.
okay.
I said, so would you say this one would be more since it's old? And she's like, I couldn't tell you that. She's like, I really have no idea. You would have to call a leather store. Because this is a uniform company. It's called David's Uniforms. They're local. They've been around forever. I think 70-some years. They're here in Dayton. But I just don't know where to start on it. And it's so nice. There's not a crease in the leather. It looks.
All I can say is high. I can't give you a price as to how high, but I would say high.
I would include the booking pamphlet, but not the perp pictures with the social security numbers. I would leave those out because you're just asking for a headache with that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, geez, listen, all things collectible, $499.99. Start at an auction and just see if you get any watchers, any nibbles.
Yeah, that's true.
any
You could do an
questions.
auction with that because if you have an item like that you know is worth something and it's a questionable price, you might want to try starting at that, and then maybe you'll get 700 for it. Who knows?
you know, and that would be my first auction
Yeah,
too.
we've never done an auction
I do
before.
straight buy it nows with free
I do
shipping.
too usually, but when you have something that's kind of questionable and you want to set the price, that's always that's a good point that Jay had, that just to do an auction and start it at the lowest price that you'd want to take.
Alrighty.
That's very cool. All right, well, wow, that was an extra bonus show, an hour of Blue plus our normal segment. So that was awesome. So I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Don't forget, right down below, a couple things. Make sure you subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. Make sure you click like, and then beneath that you will see the links to the thrifting boards, the Facebook group we are all on. You'll see links to the Thrifty Business with J&A fan page where we post some fun stuff. Links to to my store and to Nay's store, and also to the T-shirt. So please buy a T-shirt, wear it out thrifting, take a picture. It will definitely help us. It'll be fun for you. And Blue and Ashley, you guys are awesome. Nay,
Yes.
you're an awesome partner. What a great show. I mean,
Awesome.
I live for Thursday nights. It's
Me too.
I have so much fun, man. I have fun with every guest. I have fun with my partner.
Yes, me
You
too.
you guys are another family for real, man. I feel like the whole group is, man, for real. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, we love helping everyone, so I'm glad that it's nice to hear success stories like this. It's really great.
Every success story motivates all of us to keep on going. So with that, I will say ta-ta. Have a good day. Tomorrow, real quick, those of you who follow me on Periscope, and if you don't, go to Periscope, download it. I am at Tiki Pug. I do a new little 5-minute show a week called Show Me What You Got. And tomorrow I am taking a friend to a Stuff a Bag for $10 sale, and we're going to do a Show Me What You Got from there. So make sure to tune in. It'll probably be like 10 a.m. my time. So that's West Coast, baby. All right. For Nadine, for Jay, for me, for Blue, for Ash, University of Kentucky, put that away. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, we are out of here. Go Buckeyes. Woo!
Peace.
Bye.